Right. I think this video is for Gareth for StreetPass Manchester. I'm gonna show you how to do a mega Picross. So I'm gonna do one I've done already. 10 by 10 one. Okay, so let's have a go. And do you want to use hints? I always say no, because I am the world's best Picross player. Okay, so there we see you have the grid. The numbers here that are just in a single column of row, they act like normal, like on any Picross would do normally. The bigger numbers means that they span at least 2 columns or 2 rows. So for instance, a 4 and a 4, that would mean that there'll be a group of 4 squares, but they will span at least well, exactly 2 of the rows. So for instance here we have a 3, so that'll be a 3, but it'll be spanning at least 2 columns. Okay, I think the best way to show you is to actually just show one. Sorry about the coughing, I've got a bit of a grovelly throat. Okay, I normally use the circle pad, but I'll touch the icons. Okay, so this row we have a 6, so we can start as normal. So 6 along here, 6 along there, so these 2 must be there. Okay, right, if we look here, we have a 2, a big 2, and then a 2 1 and a 2 1. So this means from the bottom upwards there is a 1, then a 2 in this column, and then there'll be a 2, and in this column there'll be a 1, a 2 somewhere, and then a 2 that will span both columns. So this one must be a 1, so we can mark that one straight away. And because it doesn't span 2 columns, there's a cross also goes in there as well. It's gone black now, so we know we can't do much more with that at the moment. Somebody's sending me a text, it's not important. Okay, so if we go back to putting squares in, okay, this helps because we know that these 6 squares must be there set now, so we can mark that row off there. Okay, so we go to this column here, so it's just a 1 at the bottom, so we can mark that one off. We have a 3 and then a 4, so because it's at least 3, this square must be used. And if we count 1 2 3 space 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, they must be set like that as well. Okay, where do we go next? We know this square can be crossed off, so we have a 2 and a 4. So these are like the regular Picrosses, these single columns. So 2 dot 1 2 3 4, so there must be at least 3 here and 1 there. Okay, I hope you're following this. Okay, if we look at this row here, this is quite interesting. We have a 2, which span both rows, then a 1 on its own on the bottom row, and then a 3. So we can deduce that these 2 must be one of the 2s there, so we can mark that section off there like that. Okay, I always, when I approach the mega Picrosses, I deal with the normal rows and columns first, and then if I get stuck, then I look at the mega Picross rows and columns. Okay, so where are we? I'm not used to doing this under pressure, so okay, so we have a 2, a 1, and then a 3 here. So we can cross that one off because there won't be 3 there, because that'll be a 4. So 2, then a 1, then 3. So this square must be taken. And so 3, then a 1, and then a 2. So that square must be taken there as well. Okay. So now you notice all the blue numbers are all relating to mega Picross clues now. So this is where you have to sort of think out of the box a little bit more, because it's not like a regular Picross clues. Okay, so in this column here, these 2 columns, we have a 1 on its own in the left column, followed by a 3 spanning 2 columns and another 3 spanning 2 columns. Okay, we can deduce that if there's going to be a 1 in this column, there can't be anything in this square here. So we can mark that off straight away, because there's got to be a 1 here before there's anything in this column, so that must be a cross there. This is giving us this clue here, so we might as well put a cross in there, so that clears that off. Okay, right, so we need to think a little bit more now. Right, I'm a bit stuck in a moment. I'm just trying to work this out. Okay, so you'll get tricky moments like this with the mega Picrosses. I mean, this puzzle has took me 5 minutes already. It took me just over 3 minutes to do first time around. But under pressure and under the spotlight and being filmed, it's not quite so easy. Okay, so let's have a look what we can deduce here. Okay, so this is a 3, so there must be a 1 here, or 1 here, or 1 here, or 1 here. Then we have, so if we say there might be 1 in here, I'll do this. I don't normally use this tool, but let's say there might be 1 there. Okay, so these could be crosses, so we'll put them crosses at the moment. And then there'll be another 3, so it could be here, 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 or it could be here as well. Okay, so I'm just going to take this cross out because it's confusing me. So there could be a 3 here, then a space, then another 3 maybe. So this could be just a 1 here, or we could have a 1 here, and this would be part of a 3. Okay, because it's lit up light blue, there must be something we can do with this this column. A bit stuck for ideas at the second. So this, okay, I'm stuck on that at the moment, so let's look at something else. Okay, right, for instance, if we look at this row here, it's a 4 that spans 2 rows followed by another 4. So this is obviously part of the first 4, so this could stretch this way or up to this way. Okay, this one here, because it's got to at least expand on 2 rows, so it'd have to take either 1 here or 1 here or 1 here or 1 here. So for instance, it could go like this, or it could go like this, or it could go like this. The one thing it won't do, it won't go like that, because that would just be a normal number 4 if it was to go like that. So from that, we know that this is a cross, and that follows that this one is a cross as well. So now the 4s have gone out. Okay. So we can now solve this column slightly. Okay, so it's a 2, so there must be 1 in there. Okay, right, so we're back to where we were before now. So we have a 3 here, so this could be like this or like this. Okay, so we have a 3 there, so those blocks, 2 of those will be filled. It could also go like that, but it won't go like that. So this square must be 1. I'll just do that again. So it would either go like this or like this. So we know that square is definitely part of the puzzle. Okay, so if we look again, so we have a 3, so there could be a cross there, then a 1, then another cross, and then so the 2 could be there, the 2 could be there. One thing we do know is if this is a 3 here and that square's taken, this must be a cross. So we can put a cross in there. There's got to be a 1 somewhere, either here, 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 or here. So there won't be, if there's a 1 here, this 1 here, here, there can't be a 2 there. And if there's the 1 there, there can't be a 2 there. Okay. If there's a 1 there, there can't be a 2 here because it's the wrong side. So the 2 would have to be here. And the same if the 1 was there. So if the 1 is here or here, then that's definitely a cross. So we could put a cross in there. Okay. I'm doing this a bit slow because describing it is actually quite difficult. When I just do it on autopilot. Okay, now we've got a cross in there, we can do this column. So 4 there, this is a 3, so that must be a cross. Okay, we've got a clue now for the top row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's fine. So we can get rid of those. Now we're getting somewhere. So that's a 2 there and a 4 there. So we can solve that. Now we're rocking, so that's definitely a 2 there. Okay, so we have a 1 here, so we can just cross that off. One key thing with these, if you get a 2, a mega cross clue of 2, it's always 2 together next to each other because they have to span either 2 columns or 2 rows. So you can automatically do those ones. Okay, we can put a cross in here. Okay. So we're back to this column and this row now. So as before, because there's a 1 in this row somewhere here, then this cannot be a square there, because the 1 has to become before the 3 spanning the 2 rows. Okay. So we could have a 1 here, then a cross here, and then these could be a 3 here, or this could be a 1 on its own, and then we have a 3 here. Okay, what we do know is if this is a 3 going this way, and this is a 3 that could be any one of these, then these 2 cannot be squares, so we can mark those off straight away. Okay. So we have either a 1 here and then a 3 here, or a 3 here, a 1 here and a 3 here. So what do we know there? So they could all be there, or this could be this. So it follows that this must be a cross and this must be a cross here. So we can mark crosses in for those 2. And it's gone black, so we must have got everything right in that column. Took a bit more work than I first thought. Okay, so we got a 4 and 4 in this row. This makes it a bit easier now because we've got some crosses. So this it turns like into a normal Picross clue now. So this is this here is either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know this one here is definitely a square. So we can put that in. So that's turned black again, so we know there's no more there. Okay, we can do this quickly now. So 1 and a 1, so we can put a cross in there. We know this is a 2, so they must be crosses there. Okay, so we have a 3 here, so we can put that in. This has helped us here, so we know that 3 there is definitely a 3 there. So that's now faded out, so we've got that 3. The 1 must be here then. So we do that one. Okay, so this must be a cross. So in this column now, it's either one of these squares, we don't know which yet. Okay, so we have the 4 here now complete, so we can put a cross there. So that's that first 4 spanning 2 rows there. Okay, we don't know much more about this, so we can't do much more with that. This 3 here we can fill in straight away because it can only be that square. Okay, following on from that, we have, it's actually grayed it out now, so there must be another 2 to the left of this 2, so they must be 2, and then there's a 1 in this bottom row, so it must be there like that. Okay, so we've solved that row now. Okay, so where should we go next? Let's have a look at these here. Okay, so this can be a bit confusing because these clues actually relate to this row and this row, but because it's a Mega Picross clue, they do not they're not in both columns, if you get me. So for instance, so they must be separated. Screen's gone a bit bluey, so refocus it. Okay. Yeah, what I mean by that is normally if you have 2 clues together, like this 6 and this 1, there could be a 1 next to this row of 6s here. But if it's in a Mega Picross clue, the 2s will never be together next to each other because they would be a big Mega Picross clue rather than just single numbers. So this 2, if it was here, wouldn't be next to this 2. So for instance, this 2 and this 2 would not be there and there because it would be actually a big 4 rather than 2 2s. Let me know in the comments if you don't quite understand that. I'll just go for it again. If these 2 were here, and I'll mark them in with this, they wouldn't be marked down as 2s. It'd actually be a 4 like that as a Mega Picross clue. So from that, you know that these are not next to each other. Okay, so let's have a look at this right hand column. So we've got the 1 already. We've got 1 here, so the 2 must be here. And because they don't cross over columns, because they're only single numbers, that's got to be a cross there. So now we look at this one. We've got a 1 somewhere here, but this is definitely a 2 here. So those 2 are definitely there. Okay, and we can put a cross there for that. Okay, so where are we now? We could put a cross in there. Okay, we have the single 1 just here, and we have a 2 here. So there's definitely a cross here and cross there. Okay, we can now do this 3 here. Because these are 1s here, can always put crosses next to those. Okay, it's given us this column now, so we can put a 1 here. Okay, so this 2 is on its own here, so that's that 2 done. The second 3 on this column can be done now, so that's 3 there together, so that's solved that, which has also solved that row. Okay, so now where are we? We've got a 1 here, which can only be there. Okay, so like explaining before, because this is a normal clue and that's a Mega Picross clue, they can be next to each other. But because this is a Mega Picross clue and this is a Mega Picross clue as well, these 2 will never be next to anything else. So you can put those in and you can always put crosses next to the other side. Okay, so where are we now? So we have a 5 and a 2 here. Well, we can solve this straight away because this 4 here, so the 5 could be either here or here or here, but it can't be here because there's another 2 together underneath it, so we know that is a cross there, and from that we can deduce that the 2 must be there like that. That's solved this 5 here, so we can put a cross there. So the 5 relates to those 5 there. Okay, so now we have 5 here somewhere and 4 here. Okay, I mean, we can see clearly that it must be that square there. So that'll be a 5 and that'll be a 4. So when I put that in, that'll be the puzzle solved. Okay, that's took 20 minutes. I mean, my time says 20 minutes on there, but the actual time that took me the first time I did it was actually 3 minutes 36. So I'll just edit this video now and I'll post it up and see how you get on with it. It's been quite good fun actually doing it, so if you want me to do another one, if you're not quite sure, I'll do another one. I won't pick a puzzle that takes 20 minutes though, because it could be about 4 hours the video. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. I think was it Graham? Or I can't remember your name now. So I hope that helps. Okay, take care. Bye.